What's going on, guys? In this video, you're gonna see me taking the transmission out of the car and also see one run where my dad and I went to Orlando Speed World over Thanksgiving and was able to run side by side. It wasn't perfect. I didn't have a real great run. I had a decent run. I've had the best run on this motor. But my dad's car was puking a little bit of transmission fluid out the vent and it got all over the exhaust. And then also his nitrous did not come on and he was down on a couple cylinders. It's just first time his car's been to the track in like 5 years. A lot of stuff's been changed. It's got a new motor in it. So that is currently being worked on. We figured out why it was missing. Fixed that. It's now running on all 8 cylinders. We're putting a catch can, or I say we, he is putting a catch can on his transmission on the overflow. We've taken it out and test drove it and it's running loads better. So there's one run from that. That's all we were able to make. Orlando Speed World was packed. And yeah, enjoy the video. Alright guys, I'm pulling the drive shaft out. I've got the oil draining already. So I think it's slipping. I think that's part of the reason why my car doesn't seem as fast as what it should be, because looking at the commanded fuel and with the way it pulls in my 60 foot, it should be better. And the transmission fluid is black and nasty looking. This is 100% stock transmission out of a 2001 or 2002 Mustang V6. It's got a valve body. I say it's 100% stock. It's got a valve body and a torque converter. That's it. I have clutches to put in it that were out of other transmissions that I've had problems with. The last transmission that I was having a problem with, I bought Alto steels and clutches. No, are they clean? No, they're Alto. I bought Alto steels and clutches to put in it, and it was still slipping, and luckily I didn't let it slip long enough to hurt anything, and found out that it was not the clutches that were bad. It did have bad clutches in it, but the clutches weren't what was causing it to have issues. I thought it was just, I'd put cheap clutches in it at one time and thought that it was the clutches just couldn't hold the power. And then found out the case was actually messed up. So it was not the third gear. The way the third gear pressure runs to turn the clutches on is it runs through the output shaft. I know that sounds weird, but on the 470W, the pressure runs up the output shaft into the direct drum, and it runs through the case. Well, where the case, the fluid path for third gear was destroyed, so it was losing a bunch of third gear pressure. So I figured that out, and then got this transmission and put my torque converter, or I should say stall, and valve body in it. And then other than that, I did not open it up at all. So it's got God knows how many miles on the clutches. God knows, yeah. I don't know what, did they tell you how many miles it had on it when you picked it up?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so we have no clue how many miles were on it.
There's anything to ask either.
It's not a big deal. So we are going to pull it. And I also think I broke the stub shaft. I either broke the stub shaft or I burned up the direct drum clutches, one or the other. I have first and second, and that's it. The stub shaft controls third and fourth, but the direct drum also controls third and fourth. So I'm not 100% sure yet. I will update everybody as it comes out. I'm taking the drive shaft out now, and I'll keep you updated. Alright guys, I got the drive shaft out. I've got as much of the fluid drained as I can. Now I'm pulling the shifter off, which won't take but a couple seconds. And then I've got to do the torque converter. I've got the cross member off. I had to take the cross member off to get the drive shaft out. I'm going to have to get this drive shaft shortened for sure. It's really tight against the back of my transmission. I don't know if I'm going to shorten it by myself or just take it somewhere. I'll price how much it costs to get it shortened and decide whether or not I want to do it myself. But yeah, I've got the shifter undone. I need to get the 4 torque converter bolts out, and then the transmission housing bolts. Unplug a couple of connections, and it'll be out.
Do you have to take the starter off?
Oh yeah, starter, but I leave the starter so you can bump it easier.
Yeah, but I was...
But yeah, we'll get back to you when the transmission's ready to drop out. You want to pull that out of the way? Alright guys, well, transmission is ready to come out. Let's see, I gotta unplug this one plug, but I can't do it until, well, I got a couple of plugs, but I can't do it until the transmission's dropped down a little bit. There's that one. There's that one. Appears to be an issue. Let's see.
You want me to try and pull it out of the way?
Well, let's see here. I wonder if I can pull the transmission out of that side. Okay, coming around.
Okay, I'm gonna move out of the way.
Take a video of the side of the car. Oh, it's out of an 01 Mustang. Everything feels normal. I haven't had this one open, so. I'll let this drip for a minute. I'll keep these towels here to catch it. We'll get back to you guys when we get it up on the table and I start tearing it apart.
You want to record the whole process?
Yep, probably.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Okay, so pull this bad boy apart. And we'll see if I can get, I may be able to get to the, maybe be able to get to the direct drum without taking the pan off. We'll at least get to see what the second gear clutches look like. If anything comes out of here, this bucket should touch it. I would usually use an impact for this, but I cannot seem to find my 10mm adapter for my half-inch drive. I can't find my reducer. Well, I broke one, and I can't find the other one. And I can't find like my regular impact drill adapter for sockets either. I'm just having all around bad luck. That's okay. Loctite on them. These things, they have honestly never been out of the transmission before. This transmission may actually be one of the first transmissions that I've opened up in a long time that is completely stock. Even though this pump does look new, doesn't it? Like it looks newer than everything else, but the pump is also, I'm sure, made out of a slightly different material. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, there's the pump. Everything looks... Oh yeah, this thing's never been opened up. See if I can get the second gear clutches out, see what they look like. The steels look good. The clutches don't look awful. Still some meat there. Yeah, I don't see any hot spots, so that's good. I'm gonna have to replace this gasket. I got the rest of that out of there with a razor blade. Yeah, this one even still has the second gear chatter clip in it. Looks good. No hot spots anywhere. See if I can get this out without pulling the pan off. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So this should be the 4th gear band, which doesn't look bad. It's not perfect. It is a little burnt. I do have another one to put in it. And this is forward drum. Everything looks good here. I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
So guys, this happens usually on these transmissions when you have a little... Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Do you need that?
Yeah, it's a bearing. And that fell into the hole.
What we need is a magnet.
I have a magnet.
We could fish it out.
Somewhere. But I also gotta wipe the floor off.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That oil was disgusting. That's gotta be off of my direct drum. It's gotta be. Okay, put that on there. Alright guys, as I'm editing this video, I realized that when I dropped the bearing in the oil, I didn't finish saying what I was saying about the snub shaft. Usually they break when you shift into fourth gear under heavy power. This one shifted into third gear and broke. Under no circumstances can my car shift into fourth gear if it's under any load. The TPS is set up so that when it's anything above 50%, it can't shift into fourth gear. And it's also set to shift into fourth gear under wide open throttle at like 10 grand. So I've got two safeties to keep it from shifting into fourth. This one snapped when it shifted into third. I felt it immediately. It was pulling in first and second, and as soon as I slammed it up into third gear, it broke. I had people in the car. Could be a weight thing. You'll see later in the video when we pull it out, it's twisted. I could have twisted and it just hit a breaking point. I've had one break before when I was accelerating hard with people in the car. But I also shifted into fourth gear at that time because I didn't realize that that would cause the stub shaft to break. After doing some research, and when I bought this valve body, they told me not to let it shift into fourth gear under load. So yeah, hopefully that's all it was it's just because it's weak. I do have a hardened one to put in, so enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry about that, guys. It was my uncle calling me. He actually wants to get into drag racing like my dad and I. I can't seem to get this thing out. Usually these things pretty much just
Slide out.
yeah, come on. This is being very difficult. I usually don't have to slide it. It's like hitting stop for me. Come on. What the hell? Interesting. Well, let me see if I can pull. No, I can't. I've got to get that out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the pan off and get. This table does not work so well. think also took.
You want me to get up and record you taking it?
Huh?
Want me to go over there so we can see the paint coming on?
Okay.
Yeah.
Configuration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to clean that really well. Ton of transmission fluid in there. Go figure. I mean, that's
Yeah, I mean.
this. Alright, let's go and pull the filter off. I end up replacing that. Go ahead and pull this off. Alright guys, so in case y'all didn't know, this is a Freddie Brown valve body, manual valve body. So it actually uses the reverse solenoid as the trans brake solenoid and reverse solenoid, and they machine the body for the routing. So this all will have to be cleaned up. Look at that. It's all clutch material. Not a huge deal. You buy a couple cans of brake clean and just clean it.
Okay.
Alright guys, sorry about that. My wife decided she had to go to the bathroom and didn't say anything. We got the valve body off. I got that piece out, which was being a bear. So I just had to kind of fight it out. And now I'm pulling the center section out, the carrier. Let's see if that's going to be a pain in the rear to come out. It's usually not, but let's see if I can get this spring out. Of course, you know what I need.
That screwdriver that's on the.
Yeah. Wow. What? This transmission's definitely never been apart before. This is wild. Let's see if I can use this. I just need to pop the spring. Once I pop the spring out, this thing should come out pretty easy. That's another spring to keep this from chattering. Guys, if you've never seen me pull the transmission apart before, I do not usually struggle like this. This thing is just being a complete bear to come apart. This thing doesn't all usually come out in one piece.
if we really started recording all the other times we took the transmission out.
I've recorded the transmission part before.
Oh.
Dad, I know you're probably gonna see this. I apologize. I had to sacrifice one of the White House.
You told him it was gonna be for cars.
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything about it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna reverse. What the? So the reverse clutch actually looks pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a lot of meat left on there. Which this is the one I would have expected to be the most burnt up. But it is. Fine, everything in here looks okay. So I don't really have to go any deeper. That's the output. Everything from here back is all output shaft. So.
One of your bearings fell.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll probably put some engine assembly lube on it when I put it back together to make it stay there a little bit better. Fucking piece of junk. Okay, let's see if I can get this thing apart. This is gonna be. Put this on. This is a sprag. Okay, there we go. Nope. There we go. So this is a good indication that they're burnt up.
That's where the third and fourth.
Yeah, this is the direct drum. Let's see if I can pop.
That's the rest of the.
Yeah. Oh, look at how bent up it is. Can you see it? How they're not straight.
I don't know if you can see it in the video. The screen's hard to tell.
That's fine. Okay. Hopefully the direct drum's not messed up. It doesn't appear to be. It doesn't feel like it is. I'll know more once I'm actually able to get the drum. Everything is separated from the clutches. The good news is, guys, if this drum is messed up, I have another one. So it's not the end of the world. And speaking of having stuff, I have a hardened stub shaft, which is the piece that broke. I have one of these that's hardened. But like I said, when I put this transmission in my car, I really, at that time, did not want to
pull it apart.
Wow, this is, I really want to see the condition of these clutches. Surely I've got, I don't know, my screwdriver fell in there and I don't feel like digging it up. Improvise. I got a pair of needles. I got a part more. Maybe. I don't think I've ever pulled one of these drums off and it'd be this hard. This is wild.
I think this is the longest it's ever taken you to pull a transmission apart.
I can agree with that. These clutches must be cooked to not be letting go of the sun gear. They're going. Slowly but surely. as easy as it should be, but... world. Like, I don't understand. That should be just. I don't know, that looks pretty damaged to me. Yeah, this thing is pretty ate up.
Mm-hmm.
I love how that just fell back on there without me even doing anything. And this goes in there like that. Actually goes like that. Like I said, guys, it's not a huge deal. I do have one of these drums that is in good shape, but I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
So frustrating. You leave a thing of oil around, your tools are almost guaranteed to fall into it. Let's see. I haven't really seen any other clutches that are cooked. These are the clutches that usually cook. Let's see. The verdict says they're actually not bad. I don't see any heat in them. Wow. They're not in bad shape. I mean, yeah, okay. So the further into the drum you get, like that, it looks like it's got ridges on it. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It looks like it has ridges on it, but it feels smooth. This is definitely where the clutch material was coming from. See, this side I can feel the ridges. This side is smooth. So, and I wonder how many clutches that this pack has in it, because it appears like it seems like it's got 8 in it, which I would have expected this to be, since it was from a V6. Let's see, I expected it to be 5, and then I believe the trucks come with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has a 6 discount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. But, okay, so this one's smooth on both sides. This one's pretty well smooth on both sides. This one, you can feel the ridges on one side a tiny little bit, the other side's smooth. You can feel the ridges on both sides. This side's pretty well smooth. This side you can feel the ridges on. And then this side you can feel, this one you can feel the ridges on both sides. So the clutches were not completely gone. But they were on their way out, and looking at the edge of them, it looks like this clutch has some heat in it. So even though they're not really showing signs, okay, yeah, you can see it right there. See the slip. So you can see the dark spot. See how this one's shiny all the way around? This one's got slip in it. So this one was slipping. Not horrible, not bad enough to get like a hot spot in it, but bad enough for it to mark it good. Ooh, that one was slipping pretty good. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. And then the main plate is okay. I got all new steels and everything. So, well, guys, that's it. Yeah, this drum is, I mean, to be honest, I could probably reuse it. I could probably clean these teeth out on the end right here. They've just got some metal coming out of them. But you can look and the end is flared up just on the very tip, not really where it matters. The seal is right in here. You can see that little pinhole right there. So there's a seal that rides here and a seal that rides here. And this thing actually gets applied from in here. There's a big hole right there. And there's a seal that rides on the outside and a seal that rides just past it. And the pressure comes in here and then pushes this piston that's in the back, pushes it forward. And that's what applies these clutches. So this end right here really is not all that important. But why reuse it when I have another one? So that's it, guys. I will get a video, a reassembly video. I've got to go get all of my parts. I'm gonna keep these just in case I need to use one clutch or one steel for shimming it. But yeah, that's it. I've got Alto red clutches. I want to clean this case too while it's apart.
Do you have to clean the output shaft? That's what it is, right? No.
Yeah, that's what it is, but no, I don't. I'm not too worried about it. Guys, when I put this back together, I'm not using transmission fluid. I'm using hydraulic fluid. So I've got to get as much of the transmission fluid out of this thing as I can. I will probably pull this out. Set this up here. I will be cleaning everything thoroughly before I put it back in. See, like I got another one of these. You can see where see how it marred it up? Yeah, that shaft runs here. And then this is what rides on that. But I don't feel anything on there. No, yeah, that rides. No, what rides in here? I can't remember. Oh, this. This rides in here. And as you can see,
because it's flared out like it is, it's not going in as well.
Yeah, I bet you the whole, I've got another one of these. I bet you this whole tip right here is flared out.
Yeah.
I bet you if I were, and you can see the copper? Kind of on the outside of it?
From that?
It's from that, yeah. I've got another one of these. I've got another one of these. And I've got a hardened.
I don't know what you did with
Wherever
that.
it disappeared off to. I bet you that fell inside the, nope. And I've got one of these that's hardened. Yeah, there's pieces missing that have gone. Somewhere. Nope. Yes, little pieces. So that's it, guys. We'll make another video of putting it back together. I realize I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, but yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.